Sunit Chopra, the unstoppable communist, Partha Pratim Bora, advocate and political analyst from Guwahati, Smita Prakash, editor of ANI, M.R. Venkatesh with me, Manish Bariyar, the leader of the JDU, Tom Vadakan of the BJP. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Grewal, is it, if I say it's a verdict for 24, there are two ways we look at it. A, BJP is through. B, AAP really wants to go national. And Arvind Kejriwal's speech was a declaration in that direction. Am I right? Isn't the sense second also correct? Isn't the AAP getting very ambitious? Is it for 24 or 29?
Mr. Goswami, it's a verdict for change. It's a verdict for governance and the governance models that they produce and what we give. And it's a verdict for the future. And I hope and I pray that the people of this country choose the party which gives them which delivers. Which I will not say that the BJP has not delivered, but what I would like to say is that it's the victory for the little man. It's the victory for the small man. And the small man has won, Mr. Goswami.
So that's whole positioning. You know, Smita was talking about it earlier in the studio. Spot on. You know, we were talking about it in the studio. And Smita said, Tom, to me, and we were talking, I'm sure she won't mind my sharing a little bit of this private conversation. She said, look at the positioning, Tom. He said, you know, earlier it was BJP versus all, Modi versus all. Now it's the small man, the Aam Aadmi, the common man versus big parties, big leaders. You know, the underdog. Tom, you are the Goliath, and they are the Davids. Tom, do you understand? That there's a danger in that positioning?
May I?
No, that's yes. Tom, before he denies, respond.
Yeah. That is the kind of positioning they are trying, but the actual reality is this is a baptism by fire. Which, especially in a territory which is bordering Pakistan, there is a huge drug problem. It's all okay to make promises and sound great. But the point here is deliver. Now, let me build up on an argument. Of course, I've answered that question. Now, this small but very effective slogan is the key password for the success of the BJP. That is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas and Sabka Vishwas. Now let me add, this is not just a slogan. The Bharatiya Janata Party are practitioners of this methodology.
No, they are saying they are the challengers for you.
They are saying
they are the challengers for you in 24. They are saying they are challenging you in 24. Why don't you? See, they said the Congress is over, we're in.
Well, they are.
No, but it's a reality, Smita. It's not a question of anybody. It's a party.
No, it's a party. They said it's
beyond that, no role. Smita, can Tom get away by saying that anymore? They are here to cut the Congress vote. Beyond that, what? Smita, no, let me get Smita's view.
Come and go. But then he says himself says it's not a party.
Tom, don't underestimate. Tom, don't underestimate what Aam Aadmi Party can do. They have come to a frontier state. I understand that the anxiety among some people who feel that here is an unknown party or an unknown entity as far as national security is concerned, which is in charge of a frontier state. But just remember that as soon as they come to power, the day they come to power, they become part of that national security grid. And the national security team will be taking briefings, will be giving briefings to the party in power out there to ensure that there is a continuity in our national security agenda and policy in this country, regardless of whichever political party comes to power in the frontier states. That having been said, Arnab, I must compliment you on this interview with Biren Singh. I think it was so nice. You know, such a simple and such a non-pompous way of accepting that he has won a second term. I mean, it was so gentle and so nice, and you're so right in what you said about Himanta Biswa Sarma and Biren Singh. And also a pointer, Arnab, that many years ago, people used to think that part of India, and I don't mean it pejoratively, I mean, the people used to think that part of India, the Seven Sisters, is separate. This linking, this look east turning into act east has resulted in this. It's not just sending a motorcycle expedition into the northeast. It is this integrating of northeast very much into the mainstream of India. This is why it is extremely important to think that all these experts who are coming in and saying, oh, BJP right from eastern India, going up to Orissa, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, no space is the BJP present, and they can never enter. Rahul Gandhi said in Parliament, you cannot enter Tamil Nadu. That kind of arrogance that some politicians have, that this is a no-go zone for a particular party, has been proven wrong. Whether it is Aam Aadmi Party breaking the bastion and getting into Punjab, or BJP breaking the bastion and going into Northeast.
Well, I accept that it is a
Absolutely.
national
The
grid
big
that
picture,
takes the brief. But
the poll is on the screen. Can I have Tanveer on the right, please, as well? Anand, thank you so much. And Tanveer, let me say this.
Such a threat perception exists in the common man's mind. My only plea is that, look, you are letting loose an anarchist. He himself admitted that
Ahbaab.
it's not the Bharatiya Janata Party saying this.
I lost Ahbaab.
I congratulate them on their victory, democracy. Every party has a right to come. But to believe that we had forbidden them from coming there or doing something against them. But I'm only pleading that Punjab needs to be extremely cautious. It's a sensitive state. We have seen situations going out of control. The central government will take cognizance of the whole issue. But I accept it. Yes, you have entry to all the states. No party has a monopoly. But my plea was that there's a magic.
Arnab,
I just 1 minute. I think you lost. It's all right, Anand. I'll get Tanveer on the right. Tanveer,
He's not happy that BJP has won the election. He's sad that Congress has lost the election, Arnab.